What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of J&D Sports Talk. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the NFC West. I'm going to look at their schedule, look at their roster, see how all these teams look, and I will give you guys a prediction for their season. NFC West has the Arizona Cardinals, who are looking to prove people wrong. They are kind of an under-the-radar team. The Los Angeles Rams, who in my opinion are Super Bowl contenders. Then you have the San Francisco 49ers, who have been really, really good years past, but last year they had a lot of injuries. They look to bounce back. And then you have the Seattle Seahawks, who, despite winning like 10 games last season, they didn't make the playoffs, which is unfortunate for them. But we're going to take a look at this division. We're going to take a look at all the teams' roster and their schedule, and then we're going to say how the division is going to go. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you subscribe. Check out our TikTok, Twitch, and I'll see you guys, or record the video. Taking a look at the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray at quarterback. I feel like this is his last year in Arizona if he does not lead them to the playoffs and more. He needs to do something. Has he been a solid quarterback? Yes, but has he been enough to take them to the Super Bowl? So far through 7 or 8 seasons, he hasn't. James Conner at running back. Top half running back in the league for sure. He's a bruiser. And then at receiver, you have Marvin Harrison Jr., who's going to have a really good year. Outside of that, they need more receivers, in my opinion. Tight end Trey McBride, one of the best in the game, had a really good season last year. Paris Johnson Jr., the tackle from Ohio State, he did well. And then defensively, this is a good unit. Buda Baker at safety, Jalen Thompson. You just got Will Johnson from Michigan. I think that's a steal. You got Max Melton from the Rutgers. I think that was your first round pick, right? Yeah. And then Josh Sweat from the Eagles. Calais Campo, even though he's older, he's still solid. Same with Delvin Tomlinson. You got Akeem Davis Gathers. He's decent. Zaven Collins, I feel like when he develops, he'll be better. But you also got Walter Nolan. No, that was your first round pick. What's wrong with him? Why is he backup? Well, it's your first round pick. He'll probably start when he comes back. That's a loaded D line, though. But this is the Cardinals' depth chart. Looks solid. I think the Cardinals have decent weapons. Trey McBride is really good. James Conner is a good running back. Marvin Harrison Jr. will be good, but I feel like they need one more proven top-notch receiver. Looking at their schedule, though, week 1, they have the Saints. They take the win here. Carolina always beats them. They'll lose to the Niners. They'll get a win at home against Seattle. They'll beat Tennessee. They'll beat Indianapolis. They'll lose to the Packers. They'll lose to the Cowboys. They'll split with Seattle. They're 4-5. They pull off an upset against the Niners. Jaguars. Ooh, they get the dub. Lose to the Bucks. Lose to the Rams. And then Houston they lose to. They beat Atlanta. They lose to Cincy. And then they split with the Rams. 8-9 is probably a good record for Arizona. I could easily see a couple games go their way, though, that are close. Like Seattle, they could get a dub there. They could sweep them. They could maybe pull off an upset in one of the Rams games. So I think this is an 8-9 win team, but we will have to see. Moving on to the Seattle Seahawks, which is a team that I think looks solid on paper. It's all going to come down to Sam Darnold at quarterback. We'll have to see how he plays. I feel like he's going to be mid at best. But running back, Kenneth Walker, he's solid. Charbonnet is a solid too. JSN, one of the best receivers in the NFL. Cooper Kupp is really good. I'm excited to see Torrey Horton out of Colorado State. Jake Bobo is underrated. And then at tight end, who is AJ Barner? Who is that? Second year, 4th round pick out of Michigan. Start Elijah Arroyo. And then at offensive line, Gray Zabel. You're building a young line, which I like. And then defense, a couple spots need work, but the secondary is really, really good. Julian Love, Kobe Bryant, Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen. Leonard Williams is good up front. DeMarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys. You got Byron Murphy. This defense looks good. I question the linebackers a little bit, but the secondary is really good. We could take a look at their schedule now. But I think the Seahawks are one of those teams that not a lot of people are talking about. I don't think people realize that they won 10 games last year. But even though they didn't make the playoffs, I think what threw everybody off was that Bears game on Thursday night. Everybody's seen that and it was like, nah, this team is ass. But week 1 against the Niners, they're going to lose this one. They beat the Steelers. They beat the Saints. They beat the Cardinals. They lose to the Bucs in a close one. They pull off an upset against Houston. They lose to Washington. They beat Arizona. They lose to the Rams. Beat Tennessee. They lose to Minnesota. Beat Atlanta. Beat Indianapolis. They're going to split with the Rams. They lose to the Panthers. And then they lose to the Niners. They're going to get swept by the Niners. 10-7, I think, is a good record for Seattle. One step above Arizona. If a couple of these games go different, I could see this one going different. Sam Darnold's revenge game. I could see them splitting with the Niners at least once, so maybe 12 wins. 10 to 12 wins, I think, is valid for Seattle. But this is, I feel like, a slightly underrated team. It all depends on how Sam Darnold goes out and plays. Looking at the San Francisco 49ers, this is the top 10 team, in my opinion. Borderline top 12 at the highest, or at the lowest, excuse me. Quarterback Brock Purdy, man, just got paid. See how he does this season. Christian McCaffrey, my boy, running back. Hope he does good. Then you got Brandon Ayuk. Outside of that, I feel like you need another receiver. Ricky Pearsall, I think, will be decent. Juwan Jennings is underrated. He's looking for a new contract. Now I look at it, Demarcus Robinson is suspended. I feel like you need another receiver here somewhere, or somebody to step up. And then at tight end, you got George Kittle, one of the best in the game, unfortunately getting older. Really good offensive line, led by Trent Williams. Hopefully he can stay healthy. This team is really old, though. I would say this is their last real year to do noise. The NFC, there's a couple of top dog teams right now. The Eagles, the Rams, the Commanders, the Lions, the Vikings, the Packers. Teams like that are your main competition. Defense side of the ball, Michael Williams. I really like this pick based off what I've seen preseason and training camp so far. Then you got Nick Bosa, one of my favorite defensive players in the NFL. Fred Warner's a really, really good linebacker. Him and Roquan Smith are the best in the league. I think it's a tie. Diamador Lenore, good corner. Outside of that, I feel like you need corners, need to improve your secondary a bit, but your linebackers and up front look really, really good. Looking at your schedule, San Francisco 49ers. Once again, I'm using NFL Perry Pick'em, which is a really good website for fantasy football, rankings, schedule predicting, everything you could think of. San Francisco 49ers, week 1 against Seattle, they win this one. They start off with 2 wins. They actually go 4-0. They take a loss to the Rams and the Bucs, but then they beat Atlanta. They beat Houston. They beat the Giants. They beat the Rams. They're 8-2. They get upsetted by the Cardinals. Or actually, no, they win this game. Carolina pulls off an upset. They destroy Cleveland. They beat Tennessee. They beat Indianapolis. They beat Chicago, and they split with Seattle. They go 13-4. But realistically, this is what I think is going to happen. I think they split with the Rams, so I have a loss here, win here. Perfect. I think they could get upsetted here. I think, let's see, maybe Arizona pulls off an upset. And then maybe Tennessee's a trap game. But I think 11-13 wins is very valid for the San Francisco 49ers. It's all really going to depend on how they play together and if they can stay healthy. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams. This team looks really, really good in my opinion. Quarterback Matthew Stafford, unfortunately his last season, one of my favorite players growing up. Running back Kyron Williams, he's really, really good. Top 5 in the NFL, top 10 probably. Puka Nacua, top 10, top 15. Devontae Adams, top 20. Tutu Atwell is a really good 3. This Rams offense is so fun to watch, especially with Sean McVay. Tight end Tyler Higbee. Offensive line is decent. I feel like it could be improved a little more. Defense is really, really good, though, especially the pass rush. Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner, Byron Young. That's a really good front. And then the secondary, I feel like needs a little work, in my opinion. Darius Williams isn't bad. Cam Curl isn't bad. Kitchens, Witherspoon, Lake. I feel like the Rams could make 1 or 2 trades at the deadline to improve certain spots, but this is a really good team. You look at their schedule. Let's go to the Rams. Okay. Los Angeles Rams. Week 1 against Houston, they pull off this win. They start 2-0. They lose they get their revenge on Philly. They get their revenge. Indianapolis, they win this one. They win this one. They start 5-0, really good hot offense. They take a loss to the Ravens. They beat the Jags. They're 6-1 at the bye. They win here, lose here. They go against Seattle. They win. They lose to Tampa. They lose to Carolina, and then they beat Arizona. They're gonna sweep Arizona. Might be close. Here we'll have them split. Lions and Rams. This is a really really good game. Rams win it, or Lions win it. Excuse me. Seattle wins this one, and then they beat Atlanta. 10-7 is a good record for the Rams. A couple of these games that go different. They could sweep Arizona. They could beat the Ravens. They could sweep Seattle. I think same thing with the 49ers. 11-13 wins is good for the Rams. I think this is a really good football team that people aren't talking about much. They were one play away from making the Super Bowl last year. But here's how I have the NFC West shaken out. People may be surprised, but I have the Rams winning the division again. San Francisco right behind them. I think they finished with nearly the same record. I think Seattle is a game behind, and then Arizona is a game behind that. I could see a world where all four of these teams make the playoffs. Rams win 14. No, not 14. That's crazy. Rams win 13. Niners win 13. Seattle wins 11, and Arizona wins 10. Those are four playoff teams that could happen. But I think three of them have a really good chance to make the playoffs. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out our TikTok and Twitch at J&D Sports Talk. Make sure you subscribe. Check out our other videos. Like, comment down below what you want to see in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.